Good morning, Fresh Fam. Happy Friday. Gosh, I feel like I lived a whole life between yesterday and today. So let me kind of sum things up because you'll see yesterday's video ended with Shrek. And then I went home because I got a call from my roommate. I was going to hang out a little bit and, see the kids and see my friends. But I got a call during the middle of the show, or a text, I should say, that said that Harmony had an accident. So I asked if it was number one or number two. She said number two. And so I was like, okay, as soon as the show is done, I got to say hi and bye, and I got to go. So I did, got home, and she did have an accident. Now, Harmony's really smart, and she's usually really good about, Coda's an idiot. So if he poops in his kennel, he's just going to stomp around in it, and it's a nightmare. So that has happened before. And living in an apartment on the second floor with no access to a hose, cleaning that up is a nightmare. So literally I have to walk him out to the front of my apartment, clean him, and then I have to bring him back, put him on my patio, and then walk his entire kennel to the front of my apartment, clean that, bring it back, leave both of them on the patio while I then clean the floor and anything else that got dirty inside my apartment. It's a nightmare. Living with the dogs in my tiny little apartment is really difficult. I've thought about and attempted to rehome them multiple times. For those of you, for people who don't know me personally, I'm, separated from my ex-wife. When we split, we used to have a big house up in high desert area, and it had a big yard, and having dogs made sense. But then we split, and we both ended up in smaller places that didn't make sense for dogs. She can't have them at all, and I found a really cool landlady who made an exception because my dogs are good dogs. They're not crazy, they're not aggressive, they're crate trained, but I am gone a lot, as you guys can tell. I drive a lot, so I get them out in the morning, and then sometimes my roommate will get home and let them out to go to the bathroom. Sometimes they just have to wait until I get home, and as soon as they get home, they go out. And then usually I'll go run around, take care of stuff with the kids or whatever else, rehearsal, etc. And then I come back and they go out again. So it's not the most ideal life. It's not the life that I want for them. But, Coda, I've had Coda, both of them, since they were puppies. And Coda's, getting up there in age, and it's going to be impossible to home them. And then they need to be home together because they've only ever known each other. It's a whole thing. And so if anybody is watching this and loves dogs and has room and love in their heart and has a space for them, then please message me. But other than that, I just kind of have to deal with the, how it is. It's just I live in reality. And so she had an accident, and like I said, Coda is an idiot, but she's really good, and she'll move out of the way and not walk through it and wait for me to get home. She knows oh, this is not good. She doesn't like to do it. So I got back and I let her out, took them for a walk and stuff. And then while they were on the patio, I cleaned up, and then I was finally done. I cleaned her whole kennel and everything, and I was ready to let them back in. And then I went to my room to change, and I came back out, and I was why does it still smell? It smells really bad, as if I didn't do anything. So I was spraying, and I didn't understand. And then I looked, and she had explosive diarrhea all over my fucking patio. All over my patio. It had spilled over the side. It was in two different places. I'm okay now, but it was a fucking nightmare, and my anxiety was at 1,000,000,000. And so I didn't record any of that because I was busy being in the thick of it. But it is all clean now. She's doing better, I think. So Harmony has this really bad habit when I'm walking her of eating stuff off of the floor. And I've tried to break her of it, but she's a dog. And most of the time, it's stuff next to the trash can. Because we walk by dumpsters. And but it doesn't matter what it is. If she smells something in the ground, she's constantly sniffing the ground while we're taking a walk. If she smells anything, she's eating it. And more than half of the time, that causes problems for me. So I'm assuming she ate something. It didn't agree with her stomach, because they don't have a different diet. They eat the same diet. They've eaten the same diet since their whole lives. They don't eat table food. They don't get special stuff. They eat the same thing. They have the same type of treats. I'm very consistent with their routine, and so when it's something like that, it's because something else was introduced and it didn't go well. And so I'm really hoping, because I'm not home, and today of all fucking days, my job is sending me to Thousand Oaks. So that is 2 hours away from my house. They gave me 9 calls for this one location, and I'm not on call today. So even though overtime's approved, I told my boss, I was like, hey dude, I can't be home past 5 o'clock. My day's done at 5. And I was like, my kids have an event, which is not true. But either way, like, I'm just so tired of them doing this. They do it on Friday every fucking time. They send me to BFE on a Friday, knowing full well I have to sit through fucking 3 hours of LA traffic just to get home. My boss lives in Texas. He doesn't know anything about what it's like to live out here. But, you know, if there's no calls and there's nothing in my area, then they'll just send me wherever. So I have to drive all the way out to Thousand Oaks, take care of whatever I can. Now, on the bright side, he did say, like, hey, if you have to be home at 5, then just go take care of whatever you can and then leave whenever you need to in order to be home on time. And I was like, all right, then if you're okay with that, then I'm only going to be out there for like 3 or 4 hours, and I'll knock out whatever I can. But it's this one location that has like thousands of computers, laptops. And so usually they just assign a whole bunch, and there's one dedicated tech that stays out there, and all he does is work on that one location. I've been there a couple times before, but it's a pain in the ass. And like going on a Monday or Tuesday, sure, whatever, it's not a big deal. But on a Friday, bro, anyway. So I'm really hoping that she's okay. Usually I hydrate their food, and when I fed them this morning, I underhydrated it, so it was a little bit more, it was a little bit more absorbent. And so I'm hoping that whatever issues that she was having, it kind of gets absorbed by her food. And then by the time I get home, she hasn't had any accidents, and I can let her out, or my roommate can let her out. Somebody can let her out so that she can go to the bathroom, so she doesn't go in her kennel. That's my hopes. I will keep you guys updated on that. So that's how the night ended. And so my day was hectic, but Shrek was amazing. My friends' children are phenomenal, and I had such a great time. It was such a fun show. Everybody like at Center Stage did such a great job. They were really great. I was really, really blown away by the show, and it was great seeing my friends, and had a really good time. I got to introduce somebody to musicals. One of my friends came with me, and she had never seen Shrek the musical. She's not familiar with musicals at all, so it was kind of really cool to like, you know, introduce somebody to something that they've never been a part of before. So that was really cool. And so yeah, that's my day. I've been invited to go out tonight to do karaoke with some of the people from the cast, the adults at least, and I haven't done that in a while. And so I don't know, I gotta look at honestly guys, I have not been like clocking my list. Like, I'm behind on videos. The videos are up on YouTube, but actually uploading them to Opus Clip and getting the clips out to the other platforms, I'm a little bit behind on. I will get caught up. But as far as like thumbnails and descriptions and all that stuff, like I need a free moment. And when I say a moment, I mean like a few hours. Like I need a few hours to like knock out all of this stuff, to like sit down and actually get some of this done. And I haven't had the time. I just haven't. I'm hoping that this weekend, because I'm not on call, I will be able to get to some of that stuff. And I work at the bar on Saturday, and then I have a baby shower for my coworker at the bar on Sunday. And then I don't know, I gotta look at the calendar. I don't know what else is in there, and I'm like not clocking a whole lot right now, but it's a new day. And you know, thank you guys for following along. I didn't even mention yesterday was a full 2 weeks, so we have now hit 2 weeks consecutively of filming every day. And man, I'm just gonna keep plugging along, guys. Yesterday was rough. It was a bad mental health day, but then, you know, it picked up, and it ended okay, and then it got shitty again, literally, figuratively, never literally. And so, you know, I'm just taking you guys along for the ride. I think that it's important to look at your goals. It's important to try to lock in, and it's important to not make excuses. But it's also important to understand that, like, we live in reality, and sometimes life happens, and sometimes, you know, it's going to be difficult. But doing this challenge is making me look at my goals every single day. I just added a new one, which was set up the home charger, because as you can tell, or I don't know if you can tell or not, but I'm at a Tesla charger again because I don't have a home charger, and so my car was home all night and couldn't pick up a charge because I wasn't home, or because I don't have one. So I'm gonna call around, price around, and then once I have like a good idea of if it's possible or not, and whether or not I'd have to cover the cost out of my pocket, or if it's, I'm pretty sure Edison will cover the cost. So if I can get Edison to cover it, then I just have to make the pitch to my landlord. And she's really cool, and I think I can make a case for myself. As long as it doesn't cost her any money, then it's a benefit to her because her panel gets upgraded, and I'm not going to take the panel with me when I move out. And then if somebody else with a Tesla wants to move in, they'll have a charger in that second garage. So we'll see how it goes. I will bring you guys along for the day. I'll show you guys a little bit of what I'm doing for the day, and I'm sure I'll check back in because I will be sitting in traffic later. So I love you guys. Have a great day. Happy Friday, and I'll catch you guys next time. This is just a rough outline of my current goals. I'll be changing these soon, but until then, pause if you want to read, and let me know if you have any questions in the comments. What are your goals, and what are you working on right now? Oh my god, 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 oh my god. I'm kind of freaking out right now, and I don't really have anybody to talk to, and I don't have anybody to tell this to, so I'm just gonna tell it to you guys. I'm freaking out right now. Okay, so I'm really nervous to share this because this video is going up daily, and I told you guys about the job that I was really excited to apply for, because it's in social media, and it's managing social media for an HVAC company, but just in general, it would be huge because it would actually allow me to be working, doing what I love and what I want to be doing. And I love what I do now. Sorry, my brain's everywhere right now. I didn't think it was gonna go anywhere. Honestly, like, I reached out via email because I'm sure that these, you know, I don't like the way that like AI manages all the filtering and everything like that. So when I apply on Indeed or, you know, LinkedIn or any of these other places, AI just kind of filters everything, and like there's no way to get a real feel for anybody anymore. And so I threw a Hail Mary, dude. And I sent an email out. I got on LinkedIn, I looked up the parent company, and I found the recruiter, and they reached out, and I have a preliminary interview coming up and if that goes well, then maybe I'll get a secondary interview, and if that goes well, maybe I'll actually land this position, and that would be monumental, you guys. Like, you guys have no idea. Like, literally on my list of goals for this challenge was to make some adjustments to my work environment. Like, I love what I do. I really do love my job, but I drive so much. It doesn't allow me to, you know, be available for my kids. And then on top of that, I want to work in a creative field. I feel like I just have this creativity like pouring out of me. Like, even when I just saw this listing, I had all these ideas of like content creation and a way that I can make videos and all these different ways that I can do stuff to like help this company grow and this channel grow and help them, you know, make content. And it would allow me to do stuff in my actual like just passion, something that I genuinely would pour so much into. So anyways, it happened, you guys. I got a phone call and an email, and I got a preliminary interview, and I'm super excited. I don't want to give you guys any information yet because I don't want to give anything away, but if that company happens to see this, I'm very excited, and I'm looking forward to that interview, and I'm super excited, guys. So put it that way. I'm stoked, and I will keep you guys posted on any updates that come out of this. Okay, bye. What up, y'all? I am out and about with some people from places that are... I've never had one of these before. Aulani, Juicy Peach. It's got good reviews, so we'll see how that goes. Taste test. Tastes like any other peach energy drink. I don't know what you're talking about. So yeah, we're gonna come do karaoke. Should be a fun night. Gonna be safe, don't worry. I'm starting early so I can stop early. It's been a week. I'm gonna enjoy some time out. I don't know what I'm gonna do for karaoke. Probably gonna end up doing Creep at some point just because that's my favorite karaoke song. But I thought about doing some Switchfoot tonight. I don't know, I was listening to some Switchfoot earlier and I was like, oh, that was kind of a vibe. I kind of fucks with that. So, I don't know. I'll let you guys... I don't know, I might have them film me or something so that way I can have something for the vlog. At this point, it's a vlog. I can't remember the last time I did anything productive. So, catch you guys in a little bit. Love you, bye! When we are apart, I feel it too. And no matter what I do, why can't you be blue over me? I'm blue, What kind of a nerd goes to a bar and then reads at the bar? She doesn't even know I'm talking about her. I don't want to talk about it. Warning. And good night.